Alright coconuts, time for an update. What's up everybody? Time to do a little update on the Maracuja Oil. I'm going to be talking about the Pamper and Prep set, which came with the Maracuja Oil, the Maracuja Sea Brighter Eye Treatment, and the H2O drink, and the Drink of H2O Moisturizer. The Drink of H2O Hydrating Boost Moisturizer Gel. That is a mouthful. It took me like 4 tries to get that right. Okay, anyway, so I wanted to let you know I've been using everything for 4 weeks straight in the morning only. I wash my face, I do a little toner, then I put on the eye treatment, and then I slap on the gel moisturizer and then the Maracuja oil on top because I kind of like it to mix in a little bit with my foundation. And what I found is a couple of things. Number one, we'll talk about the eye cream. I really like it. I'll just pull up my little thing that comes in the Pamper and Prep set here. I've got a good amount left. I've probably only used about half in a month. So for the value of the Pamper and Prep set, which is only $20 Canadian, I thought that was really good because I'll be able to use this for at least 2 months. And it has a really nice consistency to it, like a thicker texture. It's kind of hard to tell in the jar, and it's also kind of hard to tell on my hand. It's probably also impossible, but when you rub it in, it just has a little bit of firmness to it. And I can back that up by saying the measurement comes in grams as opposed to ounces. So things that are a little bit heavier and a little bit denser, you know, it's measured in grams. So that's telling you that there's just like a little bit more substance to it. So the eye cream I really like. Will I buy it once this is finished? I'm not sure. They do say on the website that you can use it just as an eye primer. And for me myself, someone with oily eyelids, this has been a really good eye cream for something that's based with Maracuja oil, and there's an oil in the cream. I was a little bit concerned about that, but coupled with my MAC paint pot or with the Kat Von D Lock-It eye primer, I've had no issues with creasing, so I'm really happy about that. So on to the Drink of H2O Drink of H2O Hydrating Boost Moisturizing Gel. This is a very, I would say probably a typical gel-like consistency. Again, I've used about half, so I'll just show you. It's really hard to see, but it has a really nice soluble consistency to it. It glides on well, but it kind of just stays on my skin. I find that when I apply it straight onto my skin after using toner, it kind of gives me like a taut feeling, like it's sealed in all the possible moisture that I could have had even though I just washed my face and stripped a bunch of moisturizer. It's, you know, sealed it in my face, and now my skin is really tight and it's like, okay. So I put that on, and then of course, like as I would in my normal routine, I follow it up with Maracuja oil, and that does seem to kind of like penetrate that seal a little bit, but I kind of feel like, I don't know, maybe I should be putting the oil on first and then the moisturizer to kind of seal it in. So maybe I'll try that for the next month and let you know how that goes. Just because, I don't know, the idea of the superfruit is that it gets into your skin and it soaks in and it does all that wonderful stuff. So if I'm putting on a moisturizer beforehand, that kind of seals stuff in and creates a barrier against pollutants, which is what it says it does on the website, which is awesome, then it might also be creating a barrier to the oil, or it might not be as effective a barrier once the oil has penetrated it. Do you see where I'm going with that? So anyway, like I said, I am going to try using the oil first and then the moisturizer on top. Hopefully that doesn't muck up with my foundation routine too much. I do find that I like using an oil. The reason I bought this Maracuja oil is because I was using other primer oils and I was curious about it. So it's not something that I really want to get away from doing that in that particular order, but we'll see how it goes. I did just want to mention that the Drink of H2O Hydrating Boost doesn't have any Maracuja oil in it. So whatever reason they chose to add that into the Pamper and Prep set, I'm not really sure. Maybe just they thought it was like a good altogether combination. But based off my experience, I'm not 100% sure that that's true. So lastly, we're going to talk about the star of the Pamper and Prep set, which is the Maracuja oil. This is also actually a little bit, I actually probably have about 75% left in that. So this goes a really long way. Like I showed in my original sort of first impressions, it has a really thick viscosity to it. So you can pop it on your skin and, you know, think about what you're going to do for the day and then be like, oh yeah, there's oil on my skin. I have to rub it in, because it's not like dripping down your face. You don't have to worry about it dripping onto your clothes, which has happened before with other oils I have used. However, it being so thick and just such a high viscosity, I'm wondering if it's lost a little bit of the moisturizing effects that me personally I'm looking for. I put up a video a couple weeks ago. I was just talking about sort of my everyday routine, and I mentioned that I have had to cheat with like a heavier oil. I have an argan oil from an Australian brand that I was using before that I really liked, and I had to reincorporate that back into my routine only on my chin area, because I was finding that this is an area that's typically really dry for me, and even using this oil, like the normal amount, like a good drop here, drops here, and drop here, it wasn't enough. I was still getting like really patchy dry areas around my mouth and in my chin area and around my nose as well. So I was like, that's not super cute. So I really just wanted to try and get this to work. So I've just been using a little bit more of this. Instead of using like just 1 or 2 tiny drops, I've been using like half a dropper almost, it feels like. And I think that's working, but I don't know. And lastly, I just wanted to mention that on my dropper, hopefully this isn't happening with the full size, which are much more expensive, but my dropper has become like a little bit wobbly. So I give it a tug and it's not coming out, but hopefully that doesn't become a problem. I'm just gonna slap that on here. Hopefully that doesn't become a problem later on, because like I said, I've still got like 75% left of this. So yeah, I'm not 100% sold on the Maracuja oil itself. It's definitely something that I would recommend trying. Again, the Pamper and Prep set is such a good deal. It's only $20 for the little minis. So yeah, they do seem really small. I'll hold them all up here. They do seem really small, but again, I've gotten a full 4 weeks use out of these, and I'm not even halfway through the oil, and I'm about halfway through the eye cream and the moisturizer. So definitely worth it. The price per ounce is about the same. They're like a fraction of a cent difference, so that to me is really good. I like to know that I can try a sample size and try a mini size and not be paying a premium for getting a smaller amount. So I'm always really impressed when brands do that and really appreciative. So thank you so much, Tarte. If you have any questions about any of those products, please let me know in the comments below. I have a pretty good idea of how everything works, and I would be happy to answer any questions you might have. If you are new here, please subscribe, and if you could like this video, that would be awesome. So that's it for today's video. I hope you liked it, and I really hope to see everybody in my next video. Aloha!